utility doesn't really support the team, but dude, Shot Up,
Right.
he's the one guy that makes Reyna seem like a crazy support duelist and in the way that he uses his leers and the way that he's able to open up space. So if Shot Up again can click like he did on Icebox, it's a dangerous map, but NRG will start on the attacking side. They're going to get a lot of space. It's the pistol around here in map number 3.
It's do or die. Either you get past your opponent now, or you have to face on one of the best of NA, Sentinels, in the losers bracket. This is going to be tough. This is going to be fun. NRG with a couple of players over towards the mid side off of a default, and Immortals, they aren't touching any of these back choke points.
Yeah, you can feel the tension. They're taking so much space, so much time to clear out these angles, and with a minute left, they haven't stepped foot into any of these extremities. Yes, they've got grass control, but nothing towards Garage. It's Immortals that have most of the control of the map. They've got a good view of Long with that Cypher camera, and over towards A-Long. JC Stani had it. He's going to have to let go here. An Owl Drone, and look what it's doing. A single Owl Drone has now pulled 3 players to the A side, and the Spike Gus, it's still leaning towards B/C.
Shot Up isn't exactly one to just leave things standing, but instead he goes down in a heat. Tex takes him down. Rossi still here to try to fight this immediately, and Tex might be able to get another. It's starting to look a little bit easier for NRG now off the post plant, but they have completely abandoned the site. JC Stanny still up. Nobody peeking at all. They're just waiting for that communication. So pretty much all wide swing at the same time. And indeed, there you go. EU getting a kill. Tex for the third. JC Stanny.
Wow, Tex!
Wow! Tex playing mid-air jousting. It's like watching 2 drones go at it mid-air. That's wonderful. Tex, mid-air frenzy, headshot, point blank to the head. NRG pick up the first round in explosive fashion.
Oh, that boy Tex is sending a message. He runs his entire clip into Shot Up's body.
He wants to get in their face,
He
man.
wants him to know.
Holy.
He's like, Shot Up, I am the dominant duelist. You gotta know it. I'm gonna throw bullets in your head even when you're down. NRG, what a start to kick things off. A great post plant from Tex to get 4 kills. He's now only 2 off the Bladestorm. It doesn't seem like it's that big a deal, but later down the line, when he doesn't need to buy, he'll have that Bladestorm to pocket, and Immortals, similar to the pistol round, they're just gonna have pistols here. It's NRG with 5 Spectres, no credits wasted at all. They're looking for a second round start.
Right through actually does tag up Shot Up a little bit. Tex doesn't know it. Kind of blowing away a little bit of that ammo. Nothing too crazy though. Most of the players from Immortals still grouped up around B and Garage. It's just the noise at this point. This could be a little bit rough because we did see NRG in the last round start to touch up on Garage, but didn't exactly approach. They were just looking for a pick from it. This A side is empty.
Yeah, very late execution here from NRG. After kind of messing around in Garage, putting a couple of shots, making it seem like there's presence there. It's pulled Immortals, all 5 players to this B area / Garage area, but I think it's a pretty smart call. You kind of may have to make that gamble with the lesser guns. The numbers are the only thing that's on your side, but even then, in this post plant, it's a 5v5. Now, I don't want to say it's over here, as NRG, they do have the better guns, but Immortals, a couple of hops, a couple of skips, and next thing you know, they've got themselves a couple Spectres in their hands.
And hop, skip, and a jump. Spectre is all theirs, and now they're just here to farm. This tight angle, nobody from NRG should be fighting us. It's the pistols that more or less have the advantage. I mean, it mainly just comes down to spray in that extent. Daps. It's in that meat grinder formation. Still Rossi over towards Heaven. Actually does want to line up a little bit. Puts up a Nebula and tries to fight. Android takes him back. Daps, same thing. 2 more players remaining for Immortals, and they're still just trying to bait out. They're trying to bait out players to stay on site. They all just got to back out. Yeah, just give it up. The spike is already done. Gangsta still chasing. Shot Up still chasing. Most likely will go down to the spike. EU, oh, barely on the outside. Good stuff from EU to even know where that spike even comes from. But still 2-0. Nobody drops Sully. That's the most important part. It's a full bonus from this squad.
Yeah, the idea for EU to try and get re-aggressive, maybe take down Shot Up, is you just get a second charge to your ultimate, right? You just want to build it up as best you can. Doesn't go in his way. Unfortunate enough, but NRG, a 2-0 start, nice and clean. Now, Gangsta's picked up the Odin. Where is he going to take this? Well, straight down for a spam to mid. It is literally perfectly lined up with EU right now. If you look on the minimap, it's literally directly on him. Are we going to see a kill in the first, opening seconds? Oh my goodness, EU on 46 already.
Here we go. Tex already on the front line, taking up almost victory formation here in the B site. where almost everyone is here. Still 2 players over towards the mid side, and they have full real estate of B. There's really nothing much to fight it back. It's gonna have to be the rifles that essentially have to dry fight. There's a whole lot of util still in their favor. Look, a couple players from NRG. No, only 1 player is just staying up here on site. Daps just wants to delay time. It was
Daps
on his way through. Oh, point blank to the face of Gangsta. He takes him down. There's 1 person. Okay, Chemicals comes up from behind, takes down Daps. A little bit awkward. Still has to be a smoke on that front side. Finally going for the defuse. Multiple players still here. They know that there's 1 in cubby. Defuse going in. It's stuck down in half. Hot Hand's not gonna be able to catch anything. Same thing with Rossi and Shot Up. Both collecting frags. Daps has to get the refrag, but it's not gonna happen. Shot Up with a 3K. And it's pure chaos on the mid side, but it all allows for the dub from Immortals, 2-1.
Listen, that's just the nature of the B site. Eventually, someone's going to come out on top, but it's not going to be without heavy loss. Both sides losing players, Immortals losing 3 in the process. That was the bonus from NRG. Now they've got the strong buyback, and there's where that implication comes in. Yes, that 4K, that pistol 4K maybe was cool, and it didn't have any major implications, but Tex, that's where the Bladestorm comes in, and finally it's coming to light. He's not going to have to buy, so he can keep his credits, and Immortals, they're going to have to reinvest a lot. They've got the lesser guns themselves. JC Stani, they're trying to deny him off of the Bladestorm, but he's going to get the ult orb regardless, and they can't shut him down, so now we've got guns for both sides.
Guns for both sides, Bladestorms on both sides. JC standing in Tex. Now almost in a standoff. Back to back with one another. Tex hears him. Android is here to try to complement. Does have a rifle to work out with. JC Stanny spots Android, and it's just a bait, but JC Stanny goes back. And Tex not exactly peeking yet. It's just a dry fight still. The rest of NRG, they aren't trying to capitalize on this space. At least at the instant moment. Just about 50 seconds left. A site being a little bit cleared. NRG start to be on the prowl. JC standing from up top. He only has 2 knives remaining and he can't fight this. The A side is all theirs.
Is he gonna hop up in? He might want to try and take the fight to them, but no, I think it's too big of a risk. So the spike goes down. We're not on 2.07 where the gravel can pull you off of it, but it skates him over just a little bit. Unfortunately, it's not going to have many major implications, but JC Stani, who's now run out of knives, this is a little bit dicey as the post plant from NRG is looking really strong given the positions.
JC only has a sheriff to work with going forward. Android now with the blaze ball. Gonna stop all of them. And not only that, but a hot hands in the front lines. They all have to walk through a molly if they want to make their way on site. This is just crunching time off the clock, Sully. Love this time wasting. But now in comes Chemicals. Runs into the cold hands of Tex. Tex now with 2. Dabs and Android collect up a couple of trades from Immortals. But it's just a couple of cracks in the armor. NRG, they survive in putting Immortals back into their rightful place just from a couple of rounds ago. Back on an eco.
You gotta love the post plant as well from NRG. That post plant so strong and effective where even with NRG on such low HP, there's so many trade potentials. Rossi can support the 2 players under heaven, Daps from long, EU from short. Great support system, a great buddy system from NRG, and that's the team play you love to see. Immortals, a little unfortunate circumstances. They didn't have the best guns going in. They had lost full site control. They're going to be relegated to pistols. Judge here for Chemicals. You don't expect too much to come from this round. The double push towards short as Shot Up is looking for early blood.
It's slow again, but JC Stanny wants to make a little bit of noise. The power of the right clicks could go big, so Tex around the car. Ooh, JC lines it up, but Tex has the power of the Vandal.
Ready for it.
No issues. Oh, gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. It was almost the thing that they were trying to bait out almost over towards short. But now, the hat is now removed from the cipher of Daps. And they get a little bit more info. Rossi at the same time, long range from back and long gets a kill. And Sam is fully cleared up the C side. No way. When did this happen? It's the power of the default again. They lack here on the C site, and it just allows NRG to have a red carpet.
Yeah. Tricky position to be put in if you're Immortals again. You just have an eco. You want to stack up towards one side of the map. Given the fact they have 3 sites, you can real me a cover 2 in this eco. So stacking up towards A, C site left unguarded. Immortals, unfortunately, are going to give up a free round, it looks like, with EU being the only casualty. But they're looking still for some exits. Shot Up has maybe got a leer in mind, and he wants to use that sheriff to get a couple of exit kills. But Android, it should be a free farm. He gets 1 kill. He'll be on that run it back. I think it's the most valuable thing. Looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Immortals looking for exits. They're going to get a couple. That's not too bad. So NRG taking heavy hits, but ultimately, it will be an NRG win.
Okay, but this is big though. NRG's economy does take a little bit of a hit. Like I said before, just a crack in the armor, so it's nothing, you know, too crazy, right? Still, heavy reinvestment regardless. Most of their players going down to just about... Oh. This is actually more effective than I thought. I thought most of their players would be around maybe 3K, 3.5K, but no, it's the complete opposite. We're looking at players now that it's about a round and a half away from just being completely reset. Immortals can line up a big one here.
Right, yeah, so if Immortals were to win this, they would put NRG in a position where it would be their last 5 before they maybe have to take an eco round, depending on how many players stay alive, how many kills, a lot of underlying factors. But the main thing is the Immortals, they have a decent shot at resetting NRG, like you mentioned. No loss bonus for NRG to fall back on. It's going to be the base minimum. But it all starts if Immortals can get the round up first. JC Stani's elected to take the operator towards C. He's going to fully close that area off and allow the rest of the Immortals players to lean a little more heavily towards this A and B side. EU, Aljord is going to clear out Garage, but an opportunity to retake. Run It Mac is going to try and sell this fake, but Nova Pulse and everything. Android may be overextending a little bit too much, but look at the pull that it's done.
Dang, okay, I like that combo anyways, but like you mentioned, it's the pull, it's the fake. How many times is Immortals gonna fall to one of these?
Ooh, Tex punished by shot up. They lose a little bit of control. Still a 4-on-4, but retake potential. Cosmic Divide can go up, and that's going to make it a lot easier to access the site. No longer do you have to worry about those A short and A long extremities, but NRG, they've all stuck into the site.
It's a little awkward. EU has a lineup. Just to get the lineup, and oh, the Cosmic Divide goes up. Sam has the angle, same thing with Android. Gangster Rossi Chemicals, last 3 players are manning, trying to just walk their way on. And look at the ping, look at the lineup. It works out at the end. EU, he just tried to stay around the corner, places up that recon bolt, swings out with it. All 3 players remaining for Immortals gets pinged out. What a post plant.
Dude, again, NRG, they ran that same post plan in that second round where they were able to mop players up despite their HP. They do it here again. 1 player on that default box, 1 under heaven, and the other 2 kind of spread out through those extremities. You can support, you can play so many crossfires, and if you don't have those flashes, you only had shot ups Leers, and even those aren't going to be as effective on a retake like that. So NRG, they catch them lacking, they catch them sleeping. Immortals, what a difficult retake to go about, and it doesn't go their way. NRG, this is their map, man. They're up 5-1, but Shot is going to try and flip the script, and he does get very aggressive, but he's getting gunned down and dabbed through the wall. Tech's going for the peak. It's NRG that find 2.
Through the wall! Line him up! Tech, same thing. We're in the mid side, and now you just have Immortals. I mean, it was looking good. Trying to take up more mid control. Could have been a little bit of a battle. But instead, NRG, they cool things off. They put it on ice. That's going to be a flawless round for them. 6-1. Sully, we had a poll going on in the Twitch chat earlier. Who would take Haven? Immortals or NRG?
Oh.
Chat went 50-50. When does chat?
Jeez.
No, like tell me, when was the last time that we've had a vote go 50-50? Like that's a rarity, man. Wow.
Dude, it's just showing the polarities between these 2 teams. NRG, when they're on one, man, they are on one. They got the confidence exiting Icebox. They got it leading into Haven from Ascent. Dude, I agree, man. I couldn't decide. Like we said, NRG, Ascent had to be Immortals map, given the map record. It's the same thing here on Haven. Given the map record of NRG, they've got a stronger one. It should be their map pick, but I don't blame chat, man. Immortals, who knows what could happen? Yes, it looks bad right now, but it was the same thing for the first 2 maps.
Same exact thing. Both teams going double digits on maps 1 and 2. Now we've landed on the 8th round of map number 3, NRG. Slowly on that default, and it worked out last time where they baited out attention over towards the A site, essentially just 1 or 2 players, and they made the C take, but this time they're ready for it. JC Stani is not going to let this up easy at all.
You does lose a little bit of control, but I don't know if they know that Dabs has slipped all the way through to A. There's a chance he got it canceled, so, I mean, it doesn't look like NRG want to commit. I mean, Daps has got all this space, but shot up. He should be able to deny him. No, Daps on the opposite side. Now he's got a pivot. It's JC Stani here, and Daps has got no idea, but Tex nearly with the timing. Cosmic Divide up. Little do they know, Tex knows.
Little do they know is that Tex is here. How in the world is he catching up so much space? They have zero clue that he's here. The B side is open. Split like the Red Sea and the Cosmic Divide is gonna go down any second. No, no way, Tex, don't do it. Tex, don't do it to him. Tex, don't do it to him. JC Stanny with a third. NRG now down to 2. Android line him up, getting 2. And now JC Stanny, who already has 3, has to clutch up for the ace. Has a Blade Storm by his side. 2 players stacked up right behind the spike. The spike planted for a link of all things. And look at this, he isolates the 1v1. Oh, JC, the cloud. The cloud burst just goes a little bit too deep. He tried to isolate the 1v1 off the crossfire, but just couldn't do it. Very, very smart from JC, but still we land again. The Brazil-Germany scoreline for the second time in this set, 7-1. This time going towards NRG.
Hey man, I was gonna let you get away with it, but if you want to bring it up, it's just
hey, look, man, we already had one. All right, it already hurts. We
kind of gotta honor it. But NRG. Sure. They're the ones that are delivering it this time. Immortals delivered the 7-01 on Icebox, and NRG have done the exact same thing in the last map. They're on a heater right now, man. They are definitely feeling it. Android Tex, they're getting aggressive. It's the confidence, man. It's the confidence for NRG, and they are looking sharp apps. Maybe a little bit too sharp off the top. Maybe a little bit too much. 30 HP as he backs away.
Uh-oh. Chemicals. No. There you go. Stays behind the blaze wall, and he's just fine. Tex still catching up chemicals, and that's going to be the C site wide open. The rotation is a little slower, but they're all just around. They do have 100 Fury to try to counteract. And, okay. Aldron does catch one, but he's not going to be able to do too much off the ping. One in the back of sight. It's going to be Tex. That's going to be pretty pivotal in terms of just farming frags off this back end. Som does get targeted by the shock dart.
Right.
But look at the defenders now. They haven't even approached yet.
I mean, it's so difficult with just pistols. I don't really know what you can do here. Right. You don't want to use the 100 Fury from Gangsta. At this point, it should just be a farm. Shot up with a clean shot, but there's nothing more to come. Okay, 2v2, but time is ticking.
Okay, Tex is there. Nobody knew that he was there. And look at the dash from Tex. Breaking ankles. 8-1. Wait. Tex! Oh.
Thought he was gonna go down. Nah, he's just having fun.
Oh my god.
Listen, even if he went down, look at his credits, man. Look at dude's bowling right now. He's chilling.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, true. I was about to say, this man's looking right at the sun. This guy, pretty much, he had his whole life flash before his eyes, but, you know, I think he had a good life. At least in that round, I think he had a good life. 3 kills now for Tex, as Tex collects up a 15-5 line before the half is barely over. We still have 3 rounds of that. That's, man, massive from Tex.
Tex not gonna get punished by Stani, but he might do the same. Low HP, and now he's pulled a decent amount, I think, of the interest from Immortals. No one's gonna shift rotations. They know NRG are a team that just loves to fake, so they'll sit back a little bit longer. An Owl Drone to clear out Garage. Now the Owl Drone has normally been the thing that sells the fake. The NRG not going off of it. Android's gonna use the running back. We saw this exact same combination before, and thankfully this time, Immortals aren't taking the bait.
It works! Android gets a kill back onto Chemicals!
Look at them,
and
they're
Tex, who got some damage onto JC. They're backing up bit by bit. Gangsta spots one. Still JC standing, getting surprised from the side. And the A side is theirs. The rotation could come in quick. Don't know if Tex's updrafts were heard, but Rossi's still ready, and he gets the kill. And that's at least helpful, but that neural theft is gonna spot one player all the way on the other side of the map. Daps can just make all this noise. Takes down Shot Up with his rifle sticking out right beyond the wall. But the drop from Rossi commits to it. He was in heaven. He could have spotted out really any player here. They're still going for the spike. They're still going all the way C. That's insane. They went to C through B.
Spike down, dude. What is this? NRG.
What a route.
This is a marathon. They went to C, they went to A, they went to B, back to C. Now the retake. I mean, look at the HP for Rossi. This is, I don't want to say an unwinnable position, but yeah, no util, nothing to go off of. you've got to elect to save here. There's no point in wasting your life. You're going to pick up the operator. And it's going to be a 9th. We're headed into the last 2 rounds of this half, and NRG with a 9-1 lead. It hasn't gotten this drastic. On even our first 2 maps when we had 8-4 scorelines, never did we see anything past 8. And now NRG have just broken that.
Revealing area.
This is starting to look dire. It's the breaking point, tipping point. They did pick up that op back, which is it's gonna be important in the case of JC, but JC Stanny hasn't been able to really pick up any hard interactions. No big takes over towards the A side. It's mainly just been, you know, just kind of off angle kills, maybe one early interaction here or there, but it hasn't really been too consequential. An op needs to come out big, and it just needs to be in a populated spot. But with how slow NRG is going, how disciplined they're going, it's hard to really find a spot.
Listen, I don't even want to say that it's just JC Sun needs to find kills.
No, absolutely
Everyone
not.
is struggling on Immortals, and it's because NRG, like you mentioned, that slow style. They're able to catch rotations. How many times have NRG just been able to slip into sites? Out of nowhere, they just waltz into a site, they cut rotations, and they get kills. Tex hasn't slipped in, but he's definitely barged his way in, has shot up with one trade back, and puts it in a 2v or a 4v4, and Tex is still looking for more.
What in the world, Tex? Like only one blade, he goes through the smoke. That guy's a madman to say the least. In comes a 3v4 though here on the B side of the spike plant, and there goes Rossi tagging down Tex. It was looking for a couple of bullets towards that back wall. Anyways, JC takes down Daps. Now EU has to be the guardian of the site as he sits right in the middle of it. He does sneak on back though. That neural theft is gonna catch up Som. Som does run back right into snipers. Som, there you go. The op goes big in his hands. JC standing 1v2, peeks the corner, gets the damage onto EU, and now in we go. Still trying to go for it, still trying to go for the defuse, fakes it out, Som misses the shot, JC gets it! One singular bullet, and JC pulls it back in the direction of Immortals. Wow!
How perfect is it that there's just a beautiful gun lying right in front of JC Stani's feet, and it's one that has a full magazine.
Full clip.
All it took was one shot through a thick brick wall, but hey, they make it count. 9-2 here. There's the replay. 3 bullets, nothing left, dude. 30 bullets. Look at the spray. 1 bullet is all it took in Som. That is such a catastrophe. I think he expected him to not have any gun available to him. But NRG, despite that great retake from Immortals, it's still a far cry from the 9-2 scoreline.
Certainly is, man. Certainly is. It's still there's a chance for NRG to still collect up a little bit of momentum. Saw this situation back in Icebox, but this time this is just a full battle. Texas is big right in the middle of the nebula. Shuts down the Empress of Darkness in the middle of a nebula. That's interstellar darkness. It's looking like a black hole, baby. So still 3v3. Rossi, Chemicals, JC Stanny still surviving. They have split the polls. There is one person still with an eye over on C site, one person watching in B, one person watching in A, and the person watching A has to be none other than JC Stanny, sitting up, laced up in secret corner with only an op. He has to dash back too. There's not a lot of options.
Blade storm out. Oh, Stani, no, denied. Daps. He's denied. He missed the right click, and now Som. Look at the space he's gathered. It had to be Daps. He finds himself at third, and unfortunately, I think that might just be the half. Chemicals being the Cypher. Not a lot of utility is going to be at his disposal. It's not going to help him in this retake, so they know where he's coming from. They know where he is. And time is ticking, but Chemicals, it's a Hail Mary. You may as well go for it.
Hey man, real quick, you had the neural theft, you had the Hunter's Fury. Put out the neural theft first, and then the Hunter's Fury. Just an idea. Just an idea. you know, just a tip for a team that's about to get 10 rounds over Immortals. Like, come on, man. Holy. Still Chemicals. Still trying to fight this one back. The recon bolt still gonna tag him back. Time has already dwindled. EU down to just about half HP, but Som has the first peek. He's the first contact, and that's it for the half. 10-2. NRG reach double digits now to try to push their way into Challengers playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough position if you are Immortals now. It's a lot more drastic than what we saw in the first 2 maps. Both of those halves, 8-4, 9-3 around it. So, big comeback on the cards for Immortals. who knows? Again, I don't want to say it. It does indeed start with this pistol, but NRG, this is their favorite side, man. Only by a mere 1%, granted. 65% win rate on the defense, 64% win rate on the attack. Whereas Immortals, it's a little bit more of a disparity. They only have a 52% win rate here on the attack. So statistically, everything is favoring NRG, even by mere margins. It's still not over, though. Keep that in mind. Immortals have done comebacks. Same thing with NRG. But this one is going to be a massive feat to pull off.
In we go. The pistol round so pivotal for Immortals, and they started off strong. Full control of the C site as NRG, they do begin to just get on the prowl. Just on the external side, but look how awkward that is. Android and shot a both flash. JC standing swings in. That's a double. The double. Tex and JC both collecting some. EU and Daps combining to take down Gangsta and Chemicals. It is pure chaos. But NRG, they stack the bodies right where they need them. JC standing, I thought that position would just go massive, but that's instantly tradable. Once the dust subsided, he goes down. There's still 2 players right around site. It comes down to the 1v1s. It comes down to the positioning, and NRG come up big, 11-2.
Oh, man, NRG. For a second, I thought Immortals, they get the pistol, they get the ball rolling, but no. This is a position where, again, we talked about it in the first and 2 maps. Yes, NRG, they were only at 8-4. Yes, Immortals were only at 8-4. Those were recoverable, but this is it, man. Immortals, this is truly do or die for regional finals. NRG, this could be the round that breaks everything down.
Take flight.
Oh my. Immortals now in the perennial sticky position. Let's see what they do with it. They just run their way on. That's yet another site taken up quickly by either team. For 95% of the takes, it just gone so quick.
Oh my!
Even faster! No way! NRG! They dash their way in so quickly. Daps and Android combining for 5. Solve with the last. NRG with the steez, with the quickness. They take back the site in a flash. 12-2, 1 round away from Challengers playoffs. Unreal. Man, I can't keep saying unreal because that's exactly what it feels. Immortals is getting systematically broken down in these rounds.
Dude, I was gonna say NRG, it's calm and composed, and then next thing you know, it was like, at first I thought they were gonna play retake, but then some call, Dap's beautiful call to just say no. We give them a second to think that it's calm, but no, we're just gonna burst into the site. And Immortals, they couldn't get the spike down. They were not prepared. And NRG, all it's gonna take is 1 more shutdown. The buy from Immortals is so weak, and they're trying to push into the B site, but they're being shut down by NRG.
Love the hot hands on the front lines, but now the Astra done. JC standing with the right click right in the middle, right click right in the middle through the smoke, but instead Rossi gonna be able to get 2. Daps has a really good angle at least on 1. Still takes down Gangsta. Still another one onto JC standing. JC standing still with that Spectre taking it back. Tex with the op. EU.
He's pushing.
JC, he's in the middle of the clouds. He's in the middle of the smokes. He's on their tail. He's on their tail. JC standing still good post angle. No way. He looks away for a split second. Ends up leaving him dry. Tax picks up a Spectre, but Chemicals is gonna keep Immortals alive. Both players for Immortals wanted to fight Garage to try to isolate the 1v2, but instead both players were there and they still capitalized with a full clip and a full heart. Chemicals takes it back 12-3.
Oh man, we keep on going. Immortals on such a rocky force buy as well to pick it up in the 3rd, which should have been NRG's bonus. Thankfully, it is going to be their bonus. They're going to be able to get a buy back, and look at the buys. Both are so scattered. Unfortunately, Immortals, they get the worst of it. Only 1 charge for Tex to get that Blade Storm. I think it's an illusion. They're going to wait out the Gravelum, and then Tex is going to go for that control. Will get the Blade Storm online here momentarily, and so Immortals up against it, man. A full buy, essentially. And what is Sam doing? The solo controller is essentially getting control.
What the Astra doing? What are you doing, though? They do be walking, though. After amen. Nothing else for him. The Owl Jones doesn't catch anything, but Android not able to get too much. The eye right in his face, and JC standing with a 2-time. NRG. Man rotation
Oh,
back. Look at
Tex.
Tex. No way. Tex. What kind of impact can he have here? Has to tap away with the knives. Just trying to aim for heads, but not going to be able to get much. EU walks right out of the cloud. JC Staney's going big.
Apps.
Wow.
Looking for an exit. Only
What
one.
an angle.
Great angle. But man, now it's NRG who are unfortunately going to have to go for an eco here. Immortals. They've got 8 rounds left to play. At least to try and bring us to OT. NRG with 8 opportunities. We go back to Icebox and a mirror match of how it was 12-6 in favor of Immortals. And one mistake at the 10 to 12 scoreline is what broke NRG and Immortals. One mistake out of the 8 rounds they have to play to bring us to OT, and they are done and dusted in the upper bracket run, and they've got a date with Sentinels.
Ooh, what a sharp start. Quick take. Quick pick from Tex over in the mid side off of the B pick. Nothing too much for him though. Android. That's hot hands and Tex does it again. Tex does it again.
Not like this.
And look at that. Look at the curveball. Tex popping up. Getting 3. And he goes for more. This map is Tex's domain. 4 kills with a sheriff. And he's still going for more. He has a
No way.
Going for the ace, but it's not going to happen. Chemicals now in a 1v3. No rifles have been picked up just yet, but full control of the spike is firmly in the hands of NRG. It's a crossfire in the mid side. Trying to watch this one up. You still have Som over on C, trying to wait up to see if... Uh-oh. Chemicals is trying to go on the lurk, but this recon bolt... Because of the cutoff of noise, Chemicals is still going. EU off the cross. Does he get anything? But no, Chemicals misinput. Goes for a single tap and he gets taken down from around the corner. Dap shuts it down. NRG are going to Challengers playoffs.
Dude, NRG